All right, guys, welcome to another live stream. Welcome to another live stream. In today's live stream, we're going to go over the markets, equities, and crypto, the overall markets. Then we're going to talk about Apple AI. Apple just had one of its, I don't think it's called a conference, but they basically, it was like it was basically one of those shows they come out with to talk about all the new features they're coming out with. It's called let's see, I want to get the right name of it. WD something. WWDC. I don't know what that stands for, but yeah, WWDC event. Let's just call it that. So yeah, they came out. They had that today. It was a 2-hour event. And what is this? It's like an extra thing here. I want to do that. Yeah, so they came out with the event today. It was a 2-hour event. The first hour of the event, it was just like slight updates that they were going to have in iOS 18. So it wasn't anything AI specific, although they did have some machine learning stuff like with the notepad and the calculator and stuff like that, where you write it, it'll give you different suggestions. If you wrote out an equation, it will solve it for you and things like that. But then it actually got into the specifics or more in detail of the stuff they're doing with AI in the last hour. So yeah, we'll go over the article with that. But let's look at the markets and let's see how the markets are doing. Let me share my screen. All right. All right. So if we look at the S&P, the S&P is up, Dow's up, Nasdaq is up, Russell is up, crude oil is up, gold is up. Everything is up across the boards. If we look at some specific stocks, let's see Apple. So Apple it took a little dip today. It actually ended negative, and I'm not sure. Sorry, I'm not sure if it's because Elon's tweet. So if you guys are not aware, Elon just came out with a tweet saying, if Apple's going to integrate OpenAI, ChatGPT into their iOS software the way they're doing it, he's going to ban all Apple products when it comes to his companies. And that was one of the things that they announced during the event, the Apple event. They basically integrated ChatGPT real heavily. Like if you see at the end, they integrate ChatGPT. You could basically leverage ChatGPT on top of what Apple's putting out. So it looks like they didn't even want to reinvent the wheel, and it kind of seemed like they didn't want to do too much work when it came to creating their own like chat bot, right? Because they already have Siri, and they did come out with some neat stuff with Siri. And again, we'll get into that. But yeah, he came out and he said, "Hey, if you guys integrate ChatGPT, I'm not, I'm not going to support your products in my company." And I think there's a feud because I think Elon used to work for OpenAI, or the guy that created OpenAI, that created ChatGPT, used to work with. I think I don't know if it was back in his PayPal days or what, but I think they end up kicking him out. And yeah, so I don't know if there's a feud there or what, but yeah, it just seems like he's not supporting that. But I don't think Apple's gonna back down. Apple's a $3 trillion company. Tesla is like a $4 or $5 billion company. They're pretty big, but he does own Twitter as well, so he does have a big influence. But I don't think they're gonna back down. I still think they're gonna integrate ChatGPT, and they're gonna continue with their integration and their partnership with OpenAI and ChatGPT. So we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. But it looks like, I don't know if that's the reason why Apple came down today. It looks like it should. I mean, I would have thought it would have been positive, especially with all the stuff they came out with. It was pretty neat, all the AI stuff. And again, we'll get more into it once we get into the article. But yeah, so let's look at crypto. Let's take a look at crypto. So crypto right now is taking a little dip. Over the weekend, it was trying to pass its all-time highs, but it's having trouble with that 70 to 72K mark. It keeps getting hit below, going back under 70. So but I don't think it's going to be that long, right? Like there's just so much bullish stuff right now in crypto. We're hitting that 2 to 3 month mark after the halving, which is typically when BTC starts to run. And again, there's nothing short. We're not like no short of positive catalysts, right? With the Ethereum ETF applications being approved, there's been a lot of positive inflows when it comes to the spot BTC ETFs. So it's just very positive. I think right now we're just in sideways action. But I think any day, any week now, we're probably gonna blow past all time highs. It just feels like it. And I think altcoins are gonna have its day, especially if it's a specific sector. I think the AI, decentralized AI, and all that stuff, that's gonna be very heavy when it comes to narratives that are gonna boom. And yeah, right now we're just seeing some sideways action, but I think pretty soon. Let's look at the chart a little bit more detailed. Yeah, I mean we're not really even. It's not even that bad. Like if you look at the chart, like I mean it's a slight dip. We're just like 4 to 5K away from all-time highs, which is not that. That's nothing for BTC. BTC can move 10 to 15,000 in a couple days or a day, depending on the inflows. You see on the right, like they're saying BTC is locked at 130,000. And again, another positive catalyst I just read to the side was interest rate cuts. I think that's coming soon. I don't think that's going to come this month, but it's definitely in the cards. They're probably going to do it twice this year. So maybe in the next month or two, we will get our first interest rate cut. And when that happens, everything's going to start booming. There's going to be more liquidity coming into the market. People are going to want to invest more. Yeah, so it's looking good as far as catalyst goes. Price will pick up. If you're an investor, I wouldn't really worry about the price because once things start to go, you're not even gonna, like I said, you're not even gonna remember this time where we were like stagnant. And again, we are at a really good price, $69,000 per Bitcoin. I mean, that's a really good price. Um, you know, it's going to be crazy to see where we're at the end of the year. All right. We can look at some of the top gainers. Okay, Uniswap. Uniswap just did they partner with this game, CTG or CG, something like that. Injective, it's an AI play, I think, as well. I'm not sure too. I hear about it all the time, but I'm not too like up on the actual protocol. But yeah, looks like AI, Uniswap, Monero, and Noises. Oasis. I think this is an AI play too. So AI. So we'll see. We'll see. I would have thought maybe like the AI conference that Apple just did would be maybe that maybe they have more announcements to come, and maybe that will affect the market as well. They did say that they're going to need a lot of GPU power and stuff like that. They're talking about like decentralized GPU power. So, stuff that has to do with GPU, like NVIDIA, decentralized GPU power in the crypto space is going to be big. These DePIN projects. So, yeah, it's going to be exciting. All right, so let's look at Apple. Let's look at this article because this kind of was the main thing today. Apple Intelligence, every new AI feature coming to iPhone and Mac. Apple announced Apple Intelligence at WWDC 2024. It's named for the new suite of AI features for the iPhone, Mac, and more. Starting later this year, Apple is rolling out what it says it's a more conversational Siri, custom AI generated Gmoji. Yeah, so like I said if they were gonna do something, it was gonna start with Siri because they had Siri before like everybody, before Chat GBT, before all these people came out. Siri was already there. It wasn't as in depth as Chat GPT, but they were the first ones to kind of do that. So yeah, the Jamoji thing was cool. I was actually watching the whole conference, and it's basically you could just say anything and it'll create an emoji for you. And I know they could do that with Chat GPT, but now it's on your iPhone, right? Everybody has an iPhone, and they could basically, you say, a dog with a hat and a sweater, and it'll create that for you. Or a pizza with pineapple or whatever, say whatever, and it generates that emoji for you. So, I know people are gonna be going crazy with that. The company that was once refused the company that once refused to use the term artificial intelligence when talking about its machine learning features now, as best as we could tell, catching up with just about all of the table stakes features that Google, Microsoft, and others have rolled out in the last year. Of course, this being WWDC, none of what Apple announced today is out now, but coming in the fall instead, which makes sense, right? They're probably going to roll it out with the new iPhone because they always come out with a new iPhone in October. So they're probably going to roll these features out. I was actually thinking about getting a new iPhone now, but I might as well just wait because I didn't upgrade last year. So I'm probably going to upgrade this year. So yeah, it would be nice to have those new features on the phone. I probably won't. Well, I'll probably use it. I use ChatGPT a lot. Apple Intelligence will take action from you in apps. Apple said its AI features will carry out actions between apps as well as manage notifications, automatically writing things for you or summarizing text in Mail and other apps. Yeah, so one thing cool that I saw for the Mail app, so you know how you get sent to big email and you can only see like a piece of the email. What it does is says it'll automatically summarize the email, and it'll take a snippet of the email and put it to the where you can see all your emails in a list. That main thing is going to be right there in the front, so you could see like kind of the summary of the email before you even open the email, which I thought was pretty cool. And then they also have like this summarize button at the top where you can hit it and you could just summarize the email. Once you fully open it up, it could just summarize it for you. So I thought that was pretty cool. They also had something with the notifications too. Like when you get notifications, same thing. It'll tell you the most important part of the notifications, and also determine whether it's even an emergency or something you probably could look at later, right? Which I thought was pretty cool. Apple says it's using what it's called private cloud compute. Yeah, this was another thing that they pushed as well, was privacy. I know with Chat GPT. Well, I don't know with ChatGPT, but I don't know if they're big on the privacy thing. I think that's one thing they pushed was like, hey, if we're going to use your data, we're not going to take everything and put it out there and stuff like that. So they're going to have these like private cloud servers that, can only take certain types of data, and they keep your data private and stuff like that. They were really pushing that, which I think it's cool too, because a lot of people are worried about all their data being leaked and stuff like that. So it was nice that they had focused on that during the presentation. Siri gets AI smart. Obviously, the user will be able to speak to Siri much more naturally. Yeah, so with the pauses too, you know how you have to tell Siri like directly, like with this, you can pause, you can say, oh, never mind, I meant this, and it'll be more like interactive and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Writing features. This is kind of like standard for ChatGPT and the other stuff out there. Apple image generation features. Gemoji, like I was saying, Genmoji. It's basically like this blank screen, this swirly thing where you talk to it and tell it to create any type of emoji, and then you could send it out to people. And then those emojis could be, you could tap reply on your messages for iMessage and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. Although I don't really use emojis too much. Okay, and then Apple's open AI deal is real. So this is what I was telling you about Elon putting out that tweet. They're basically okay. So it has Siri. They have their own AI stuff, but then, if the phone feels like Chat GPT can give you a better answer, it'll defer to Chat GPT. So it's integrated. I already have Chat GPT as an app, but it's just going to be integrated into the phone, and then you could just say use Chat GPT to get you a better answer, which I think is pretty cool, right? If they're already doing a good job, why not just integrate it? All right. Yeah, and that was pretty much it as far as the Apple conference. It's going to be cool to see those features. Apple's always coming out with some good stuff. I think the calculator, too, was pretty nice. Although, I'm not doing a lot of math problems stuff, but I could see how that can help for students at school that, you because the calculator has a section where you can write on it. If you have like the little Apple pen, you can write your math problems out, add different stuff to the math problems, change variables, and then the answer to that equation will change. So very cool stuff to come from Apple. But yeah, very cool stuff to come from Apple. They're a $3 trillion company, so you can't really expect their stock price to go crazy. But who knows? They could. I think Nvidia can be a $10 trillion company. So why not Apple? Apple's already at 3 trillion. I don't know what it's gonna be to give it that fire. To spark. It's gonna definitely be some help from AI. But then also the different products that they roll out. Maybe they come out with new products that the Apple Pro Vision, the Vision Pros, I think it's what it's called. That looks really cool. Like you basically expand everything. It was like showing if you were on like an airplane, you can basically make it believe that you're watching a freaking like a 50, 60-inch TV on the airplane. So I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the markets. The markets the equities did pretty good today, pretty solid. I think GameStop was down, so I'm not sure about the Roaring Kitty stuff. But yeah, GameStop's down, but crypto, a little bit down, but still holding up. I think we're going to see prices definitely perk up here in the next couple weeks. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, take care. I'll see you guys in the next one.